What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. Other links there also. They asked me to put them up, so I'll put them up. So this title is, so Native Americans own half of Oklahoma now. So last week there was a Supreme Court ruling in Oklahoma, 5-4, that nearly half of Oklahoma is Indian reservation. It came about from an appeal case basically of a guy who raped a girl in 1996, and basically that was his one of his appeals, that they can't try him because it was Indian land. So it went all the way from then to now, and because of the Trail of Tears basically, and the Indian land being designated to Native Americans, and that was never dissolved in American, I was about to say judicial, but executive, I guess, branch of government, legislative, I'm bugging. It's true. Anyway, getting to the meat of this is, when I looked at the article initially, I was seeing people in the comment section saying it was wrong because they felt like, the Indians were just going to take people away from their land, which was very ironic because the people in the comment section weren't Native American, and they're talking about, it's wrong for Native Americans to take them off of their property because they've been there for so long. That's, the sheer gall. Now, the other thing about this is people was thinking that, it's going to be like a quick turn. Well, the tribes got together and basically said they're going to roll out what it is in a few months because they're going to work in conjunction with Congress basically to levy out, what actually is going to mean, as far as, because now people in that half of Oklahoma, that's actually Indian land. So you're going to have to pay Indians some type of money for their land. Finally, I mean, it's kind of weird that they only got half of Oklahoma. You get what I'm saying? When this whole joint is theirs. I know some people going to say we Native Americans and, blacks was here before that. Yeah, I get all that. But let's just use the, how America was founded, history, okay? So people got a problem with that. The reason I got into it is because I was on Facebook and a guy put up a post about, should the Union soldiers get reparations if we black people get reparations because they died in the Civil War. And I thought it was petty. I expressed that. And it wound up being a thread basically, and a guy to me kept moving the goalposts. And what that means, in my opinion, is, okay, 40 acres and a mule ain't off the books either. So this reparations conversation gonna come up again because, if I'm not mistaken, they talking about a second stimulus. So what now? You know what I mean? What now? And the way I look at it is, okay, we're in this country now, and people are flipping out because of the financial situation. And the last people they want to benefit is people who are white. And the problem with that is, because people are going to go to the reason, and, this started from a rape. I mean, that's another part of irony that, a rape started this because, in some ways, rape started this country. So we're dealing with a society now that's kind of on edge, if I could say that, because now people are starting to go, wait, this ain't the America I'm looking forward to. They took down Mississippi is trying to change their flag now. People are talking about the Confederate thing again. People are wanting America to, still be what it was per se, and you're getting all of these racial filmings, which have been going on since we've gotten smartphones, basically. But I guess because of all these social media platforms, everybody sees it more and more frequent, and you can basically make it happen more and more frequent because some of these things, some of these people don't care to be in film, and sometimes I'm sure people are gonna say some people were instigated to act the fool on camera. So, you take that as you wish. Now, but going back, if they, because they own half of Oklahoma now, the businesses in Oklahoma, what are they gonna leave now? What are they really gonna do? You know, are they gonna just, up because they got to pay Indians, Native Americans rather. Do all the company do all the homeowners and buildings and all that. Now they got to pay to the Native Americans, and people just gonna abandon, Oklahoma, which I doubt. But I'm sure somebody's gonna try to weasel their way out in a business sense. So my hope is that the Native American their council or their tribal council doesn't get finessed in the business aspect of this, because they should just operate in my opinion like, look, y'all gonna try to screw us, so we ain't having it, period. This is what we gonna get. It's our land. This they can work in conjunction, but it's they land. This is my land. This is what we want, period. Now the reasoning behind this stuff is a little bit odd to me because of the reparations talk that wound up happening in that thread. That other people, because the person who put up the post is new to America, or they weren't born in America, they're not, they moved to America, so they may or may not even be a citizen yet, and they were talking about what other people should get and should deserve, and people should go back to Africa or Haiti, or go back to this or that, and they don't, they ain't even from here, But this is part of the problem with all of this, because this is going to trickle down to other things, and for us as Black people, there is no excuses for the 40-acre and a mule thing now, and going back to what I was saying, like when I was talking about the reparations. One of the things the guy was saying that wasn't from America was, that was a long time ago. You can't get credit for something that happened a long time ago. Well, obviously, you can. Just like I remember DJ Vlad was thinking you couldn't get money from things, because the country couldn't pay out reparations, and they changed his mind by doling out all this money for COVID relief, right? And it's like, wait, I thought this country's in debt and they ain't got no money, and they might do it again. So now it's, these things are happening over and over and over again. And to me, it seems as though America is at a crossroads where America, they won't be able to right the ship the way they want to, because this ain't gonna stop. This little shutdown, it's basically changed the whole dynamic of how the country is run, people's families, people's households, transportation, education. It's given a whole new framework, and so many people are laid off, and so many people will be evicted. If you start, dishing out things to everybody else because this happened, ho 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 ho. Well, you have to, the pressure's gonna be on for the ball rolling on other things. Personally, this is why I think, the people who are immigrants and or non, blacks and even non-Native Americans, because this was started with them at this particular point. That's what it is. All of this in this interim is going to be problematic. Taking into consideration that George Floyd's brother actually went to the UN to say, because this stuff, what happened to his brother, shouldn't keep happening because it's been happening far too long. So, and Britain was in on the slave trade, so they should be in on the reparations too, by the way. So let's just add that to the mix also. And don't be surprised if that happens, they split the cost or mitigate the cost or try to split the difference, and that's gonna be a whole other different conversation, because whatever number that we come up with, they gonna half here, half there. No. Y'all ain't no. This country owes this and that country owes that. Don't play into the hustle. But that's that video. This video, like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.